Nearly 5,000 students got ready for their first day of classes this morning. The students returned for a full day of instruction. A new safety plan is also a part of the students' first day back on campus.
Today is our first day of class, and unfortunately with the rise in COVID cases due to the Delta variant, we had to implement our mask mandate back on campus. And so our number one goal is to keep our faculty and our staff and our students healthy. We want them to be able to stay in the classroom.
Masks must be worn in all buildings on the ICC campus. The work from home struggle is real for parents during the pandemic. A new study looked at the biggest impacts, and we will share with you what those researchers found. That's ahead on WTVA 9 News at 5. You guys, and I apologize, I don't know who's directing. Can somebody refocus my shot? Emily thought I looked a little soft. Even though that would be beneficial to me since I am getting older.
I mean, you do look rather smooth.
But
see, am I just?
No, I do look a little soft. I've been using Dove.
It's fine. I think it's fine.
Or oil of Olay. What's the issue? I will talk to Mr. Strunk about that tomorrow and see what the deal is. Got you. Okay, I'll talk to him. I did.
You're watching WTVA 9 News with anchors Craig Ford and Emily Leonard and Chief Meteorologist Matt Lobhon.
Disturbing new images out of Afghanistan where the Taliban quickly and easily took over the capital city of Kabul. Thousands of people rushed to flee the country. Members of the Biden administration warned the Taliban that any interference in the evacuation will be met with a swift response.
Today, dramatic images emerging from Kabul. This video of Afghans swarming a U.S. military plane leaving the airport. Long lines filled with people trying to leave the country. Helicopters seen here flying away. The enormous throng of people can be seen from satellite images. ABC's Ian Pannell on the ground in Kabul.
This crowd rushing to the airport. Behind them, the sound of gunfire.
The United Nations holding an emergency session. UN Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield calling on the Taliban to allow Afghan nationals and international citizens who wish to depart to be allowed to do so safely.
Any action that put U.S. personnel or our mission at risk will be met with a swift and strong military response.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres telling the Council all countries must be open to accepting Afghan refugees.
We cannot and must not abandon the people of Afghanistan.
Those scenes intensifying throughout the day. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby confirming approximately 2,500 U.S. troops are at the airport assisting with evacuation efforts. That number will grow to 6,000 within the next coming days. Now, reports of U.S. troops involved in skirmishes with armed individuals at the airport.
While our mission is not offensive, Our forces have the inherent right of self-defense.
This morning, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan was asked if President Biden was wrong about the Taliban and the Afghan army's capabilities.
When push came to shove, they decided not to step up and fight for their country. And so the question facing the president is, should U.S. men and women be put into the middle of another country's civil war?
The Pentagon says there is no indication that the individuals who fired upon U.S. troops at the airport were members of the Taliban. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
The U.S. Coast Guard is in Haiti, transporting medical personnel and the injured in the aftermath of Saturday's disastrous earthquake. Today, a Coast Guard helicopter moved medical personnel from the Haitian capital to the quake zone and evacuated injured people back to Port-au-Prince. A Coast Guard spokesman said other aircrafts and ships are headed to the area. Frightened residents of southwestern Haiti continue to construct makeshift shelters in a soccer field near the epicenter. Haiti's Civil Protection Agency said nearly 1,300 people are dead and have been counted by yesterday. The earthquake also left at least 5,700 people injured, with thousands more displaced from destroyed or damaged homes. It's 5:12 now, warm 87 degrees outside, seeing some showers on and off, nice clouds, beautiful flowers though. Chief Meteorologist Matt Lofbaum will join us in just 2 minutes with a complete look at the WTVA Severe Weather Authority forecast.
And do you need a job? We got to go behind the wheel of a big truck. Not just big, but triple big, to show how one company is teaching new recruits to drive. That is in this week's Skill to Work, next to WTVA 9 News at 5. Am I tossing to Matt or is Emily tossing to Matt? Okay, and then after this block, Emily said she was coming here. And where am I going? I mean, do I just... So after weather, I'm not back until the final block. Yay! I like that. Oh, very good. Yeah. Live it. I love it, love it. What are you starting with?
Something local, just.
Something local.
I'm starting with.
Now, your WTVA Severe Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Lofbaum.
Didn't seem as hot today as it was for me on Saturday.
Yeah, and the thing is that the rain showers have certainly suppressed some of that heat the last couple of days. We'll continue to have a few of those around as we go into this evening and next couple of evenings as well. That hour-by-hour forecast has us still at 82 as of 7 p.m., so it's not like we're cool, but we're just not as hot. 79 by 9, 76 by 11. The rain showers that have popped up this afternoon should mostly be done by around 8 to 9 o'clock this evening and diminishing as we go later on into the night. As we check out that forecast hour by hour tomorrow, we do expect we'll start off around 71 degrees. High temperatures pushing mid-80s by noontime and 85 degrees by 3 p.m. 88 degrees by 3 p.m. with some rain chances popping up, but most of us, again, probably dry tomorrow. Better rain chances later this week. where are they at, of course, at this point here? Let's kind of get into storm track Doppler radar and show that. First off, we kind of the stalled front that's sort of sitting to our north, that kind of retreating away. That's been our activation point for some rain chances over the last couple of days. Still close enough to get a few of these going with a little lift residual to that. Some of those showers near the Dosky community and Burnsville. Not a lot of movement, though, near Blackland out of those, or really any of those showers and thunderstorms. One south of New Albany there, kind of maybe drifting to the north. You can see actually over the last hour or so regenerating over the same spot. That's how you get the brief heavy rainfall or some more extended moderate rainfall out of some of these. That heavier one in Ackerman, kind of one of the few toward French Camp and Kosciuszko. That batch are actually moving from the southeast toward the northwest, so we can actually get a track on it, but it's not a fast one, is it? Vaden, we're looking at about 618 for you toward around Winona, about 647, assuming it holds on to the speed it has now. Carmack, of course, about 540 or so. Moderate rainfall, main issue with those. Not a lot of lightning even out of these. Of course, tropical system. We are looking at one very close by, making landfall pretty much as we speak. This is Tropical Storm Fred. Fred has 60-mile-per-hour winds on it at this time, gusts up to around 70. And again, making landfall at this moment with tornado potential, probably one of its biggest deals, always the case with some of these landfalling systems. The track of Fred expected to keep it to the east of us. And as we talked about last week, when it's to the east, our rainfall chances are more limited. We've only had spotty stuff today and really spotty stuff tomorrow. Better chances for rainfall later this week as that eventually departs. It's one of three systems we're tracking, though. This is Grace. Grace, as you can see there, sitting south of Haiti at this time, and is going to work its way back toward the west and northwest eventually, making its way toward Mexico. Not impossible. Maybe it heads north a little bit toward Texas, but that trajectory is pretty much set straight west at this point here. And then this is Henry, newly named over the last few hours. Henry, a tropical storm, expected to just kind of swirl around out in the Atlantic. Yeah, it gets close-ish, I suppose, from time to time toward the Atlantic coast of the United States, but at this point, no way it's making it here, that's for sure. So we are luckily left with some spotty showers, but not widespread rainfall. Though Storm Tracker does have a few of these getting a little bit heavier between now and 8:30. Heavy rainfall, maybe a couple gusts of wind. They're all done by 9 to 10 o'clock, though, and that's easily the most aggressive projection that I could show you. Tonight, temperatures drop low 70s. That's pretty cool, all things considered, for what we typically have this time of year. We'll go 85 degrees by noontime tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, there's near Grenada and Oxford. A couple little pop-up storms, a lot of us probably dry, with high temperatures expected to be in the upper 80s to maybe low 90s out there. 92s are normal, so we're a little bit below that for tomorrow, with that heat index pushing up somewhere in the neighborhood of the mid-90s. So it still feels fairly hot, but it does not feel as extremely hot as it did last week. We are at least getting a little bit of a relief as far as that's concerned. Our temperatures continue to drop back, probably low 70s again early Wednesday morning. Wednesday does have slightly better chances for a few showers and thunderstorms popping up. We show a few there, 1:30, 2 o'clock, more by 3:30 to 4 to 5 p.m. on your Wednesday. One of the better rain chances we have going forward as we look through the remainder of this week. Those temperatures, looking back there, as you can see, up around 40 to 50% again for your Thursday, arguably Friday as well. And looking toward next weekend, hopefully the rain chances diminishing somewhat by then, but we are watching a front that will probably end up not making all the way here, but one of the many things that we're monitoring at this point. Craig, but anytime you're monitoring not one, but three tropical systems, you can tell we're approaching the peak of hurricane season, which is the beginning part of next month.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. Changes for one